Kelly Rowland is standing on business. 50 Cent is the troll of all trolls. And Diddy, you in danger, girl. Let's talk about it. Hey y'all, it's your girl Missy Speaks and I'm back. We gonna get into this mess today about what's happening in these Hollywood streets. But first off, how y'all doing today? Happy Friday. I know everybody got their check. They're about to get out in these streets for the weekend and spend it up and have a good time, and I don't blame you, okay? But before y'all do that, spend about 15 minutes with me because I got some hot topics for that ass. First up, we got Miss Kelly Rowland. Yes, Kelly Rowland. I couldn't believe that she was in the news again, but after seeing what happened to her, I completely understand why. And you do know what I'm talking about. We're talking about that film festival in Cannes. Now, unfortunately, she had a little bit of a negative confrontation with the security guard, who I feel, from what I could see in the video, was mistreating her. And I know you guys have probably seen the video floating around from blog to blog all week long. It was really upsetting just to see this woman blocking her, putting her arm up, right when the photographers were trying to take photos of her. And you know how it is on these red carpets, honey. No matter where you are typically wearing a top designer. If you are anybody like a Kelly Rowland, you wearing a top designer, and that designer wants his gown to be displayed because that's how he makes money. And this woman literally had her arm up. This photo infuriated me. She had her arm up, purposely blocking her dress. At least it looked like it was done on purpose to me, because these security guards know why these women are standing on the red carpet. They know these celebrities are wearing gowns by some of the most affluent designers in the world, or even worse, someone who isn't affluent, someone who's trying to get their name out there. So to have somebody block your dress, like a security guard who obviously knows that this is, the norm, that these celebrities go out on the red carpet, they tell the interviewers what they're wearing, and then they let the photographers get a picture of it so that others could have interest in buying the dress or buying other dresses from these designers. So, what that security guard did was really, really, really disrespectful. And I have my own personal reasons as to why I feel that she treated Kelly that way, but we'll let Kelly explain it.
The woman knows what happened. I know what happened. And I have a boundary. And I stand by those boundaries. And that is it.
Y'all hear that? She said the woman knows what happened. I know what happened. I have a boundary. I stand by those boundaries, and that's it. There's a part in here where she also mentions something else that I wanted you guys to hear.
And there were other women that attended that carpet who did not quite look like me. And they didn't get scolded or pushed off or told to get off. And I stood my ground. She felt like she had to stand hers, but I stood my ground.
You hear that? She was saying there were other women on the carpet that looked like her that didn't get pushed off. And she stood her ground, and the other woman continued to stand her ground. Even though she knew she was rushing Kelly along and Kelly checked her, she still had the nerve to backtalk Kelly as if she's not out there to serve the celebrities that are on that red carpet. I'm going to let you hear her say this again.
And there were other women that attended that carpet who did not quite look like me. And they didn't get scolded or pushed off or told to get off. And I stood my ground. She felt like she had to stand hers, but I stood my ground.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We all know that the reason why Kelly was mistreated was because she was a brown or black woman. Okay? Because she's black. Because nobody else was treated that way on the carpet. And there aren't a lot of people over there in France that look like her. So it was very apparent. We picked up on it. But when she finally confirmed our suspicions, I'm glad she said it at least. I know she didn't want to say specifically what was said to her. I can only imagine what was said to her, because Kelly is not somebody that goes off on people on a regular. She's usually a very sweet woman. She's like the darling of the Destiny's Child group. And for her to finally feel like her buttons have been pushed to the brink, where she felt like she needed to respond in that way, that tells me that she was definitely being mistreated, for sure. There were some funny memes that actually came as a result of this situation. Just to lighten the mood for a second, there's this one meme here that says, at Kelly Rowland said, "Don't talk to me like that," with this one black woman's finger in the face of this little white blonde girl. Then there was another meme, and you know there's millions of them. You knew they were going to make millions of memes out of this incident. There was another meme that says, "Kelly Rowland, that's that don't play with me attire." And she did have that beautiful red dress on. And she was like, "Look, I'm out here trying to get snapped up, get these pictures taken, and you got your arm in front of my red dress. Huh?" And there's this last meme that I saw that came out that was like, at Kelly Rowland, "I've just been given multiple options for when I need to check somebody." Another hit from the H-Town legend. That's right. Don't mess with H-Town, okay? Don't mess with H-Town. Oh, Kelly, I'm so sorry this happened to you. Kelly, in her classy, always demure way, never wants to say specifically what the deal is, but we know what the deal is, Kelly, and we appreciate you dropping that hint about nobody else on that carpet looks like you, for sure. And that's why you were treated the way you were treated, because her counterpart, who was standing right next to her, I think it was a woman, a white celebrity, she wasn't treated that way. Kelly explained in more detail in other interviews that she wasn't blocked or pushed around, or told to get off the red carpet quickly. She was allowed to have her pictures taken with no real interruptions involved, and wasn't rushed off of the red carpet. So this is just really disappointing, and it's unfortunate that she was treated this way. As you can see, I thought I hadn't even seen this angle, but there was a photo that was grabbed from the front view so that you could see the security guard's full face, and I'm like, that's right, Kelly, read her ass. Well, you know what? Even though that security guard wanted to block her shot, as we've heard that many times in other circumstances, but I digress. Even though she wanted to block her shot and prevent us from seeing that beautiful gown, I just wanted you guys to see the loveliness of this gown and what was trying to be blocked. And my God, this gown is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the jealousy that these folks have of these beautiful melanated women is very, very embarrassing. Can, you ought to be ashamed of yourselves. This film festival, you know the celebrities that are coming. You need to have security guards that are much more thoughtful of these people and understand the flow of the red carpet. Even one of the other security guards, the gentleman you see there, was kind of running down the steps trying to intercede to say, no, you need to chill out because you're doing too much. And then the white woman that Kelly referenced, who was saying didn't receive the same kind of treatment, the same kind of verbal nasty talk. That woman even came over trying to intercede and stop the security guard from harassing, literally looked like she was harassing Kelly. I hope this woman got fired. I really, really do. And I hope Kelly doesn't have to keep getting her buttons pressed, because, you know, previously she was in America, I think it was Good Morning America, on the American TV morning show, and she was mistreated there. And I think part of Kelly's problem is Kelly's too nice. She's always been the nice girl in the group. She's always been the one that's been like not as outspoken and just a real sweet, laid back girl. And there's nothing wrong with that. But unfortunately, people think that they can take advantage or mistreat you in these streets when they see that demure side of you. They think, oh, she's a pushover. I can do anything I want. and she won't say anything. She'll just, tolerate it. But no, honey, Kelly, like, I'm gonna show you I can bump like this. I'm in my 40s and I ain't got time for it no more, okay? I don't have the patience, and y'all are playing too many games. You're about to get your feelings hurt. I think Kelly's in her 40s. I mean, not that she looks like it, but I know once you become a particular age, like myself and, all the other beautiful seasoned women in the world, you don't take no smack from nobody, okay? You get real, real tired of it. And I know Kelly is tired of people trying her. I don't blame you, Kelly. You're like, that season of being Sweet 16 is over. Okay, I'm a worldwide woman. I'm a whole woman, and you're not going to be talking to me like that. Up next, who we going to talk about? Well, of course, our boy, the king of trolls, 50 Cent. I mean, who else we going to talk about? Because he out in these streets regulating, taking over, and making that cash off the back of the diddler. Such a true. But I can't hate that man hustle, okay? I really can't. Let's go on over here to TMZ. As you can see, the headline is 50 Cent sells Diddy doc to Netflix after bidding war. So he was talking about this a few months ago, saying, I'm going to sell a documentary. I'm going to sell my documentary to one of these major networks, on Diddy. And I guess Diddy didn't believe him, honey. But don't ever sleep on 50 Child, because he always about that business, okay? Even if it's off the backs of somebody, especially actually off the backs of somebody he hates. And that is Diddy, okay? Netflix is reporting that 50 Cent has been hyping up his Diddy documentary for months, and he wasn't trolling his arch enemy, as the project just landed a prestigious new home, TMZ has learned. Multiple sources familiar with the situation tell TMZ 50's multi-part documentary about the actual assault allegations against Diddy was purchased by Netflix. Ciao. I wonder how much he got. Come on, 50, tell us how much. Tell us that number. Okay, we're told there was a massive bidding war over the documentary, which was produced through 50's G Unit Film and Television Studios. Ciao. 50, I need a job. I've always wanted to act. I've always wanted to be on TV. I've always wanted to be in a horror movie. So, if G Unit is producing a horror flick, please get on the horn and give me a call, honey bunny, because I'm about that business too. Anyway, back to work. Ultimately, the big red N, Netflix, emerged as the victor. With sources telling TMZ the new Diddy docuseries will hit the streamer sooner than later. So there's no date on. I was hoping we would get a date. Okay, yeah, and it says here the documentary couldn't be timelier. The rap mogul was hit with another civil lawsuit on Tuesday with model Crystal McKinney, accusing Diddy of sexually assaulting her in 2003. And it was so funny because I posted in my community tab on my channel that 50 Cent actually had a response to this new lawsuit that just came out. And he was just like, you know what, Netflix, I might need more episodes if Diddy keeps, getting hit with lawsuits. And I agree. My goodness, I just cannot believe this. I can believe it. These two do not like each other, and he has been trolling Diddy ever since the feds raided, actually before then, but especially, his trolling has picked up, and it's been on 10 ever since his home got raided. So yeah, I'm not surprised, and I'll be watching too. Y'all gonna be watching? Cause yeah, I'm gonna be watching, honey. It's interesting that they, at the end of this article on TMZ, they're talking about this new lawsuit with Miss Crystal McKinney. And, yeah, this man done made a Karen mad. Cha. He done made a daggone Karen mad. And now, you know what I think probably pissed her off? Like, what pissed us all off was when he was walking and trolling in Miami just the day after he apologized, puffing on a cigarette, hanging out with his buds, doing the two-step in the middle of the street in front of paparazzi, as if his compound in Miami isn't big enough for him to privately take a walk on. Okay? He did that mess on purpose. He always does little stuff like, oh, I'm so sorry, or thank you for holding me down. And then the next day, after he's looking all downtrodden, he goes out the next day all cute and polished up to show everybody, oh, I ain't worried about that. I just did that because my publicist told me to. Because that's pretty much what it looked like in Miami. He was thumbing his nose at the very apology he made the day before. So speaking of which, we're going to go ahead and rodeo dough on over to this Diddy new case. The headlines are also, there were reports everywhere, but the headline from TMZ also states here that Diddy sued by former model who claims drugging, sexual assault. Basically, she's saying that she was raped by Diddy after being drugged. It says here on TMZ, Diddy is facing yet another lawsuit filed by a former model who claims the disgraced mogul enticed her with promises of career advancement, but she claims his plan was far more sinister. Crystal McKinney claims in the suit obtained by TMZ that in 2003, when she was 22 years old, she was invited to a men's fashion week event at Cipriana downtown in New York City. She met Combs at the event, and he invited her back to his studio. She says shortly after their arrival, Combs and several colleagues were drinking Hennessy and passing around joints. She took a hit, which she said was very powerful, and felt as if she was floating. She claims the joint had been laced with a narcotic or other drug. Crystal says Combs then demanded she follow him to the bathroom, where she says he forced himself on her, began kissing her, and shoved her head down to his crotch. Nasty work, before commanding her to suck it. Can you? She says she refused, but Combs then pushed her head down and forced oral X on him. She started walking away, but then felt woozy and lost consciousness. She says the next thing she knew, she woke up in a taxi and realized she had been sexually assaulted. It's unclear from the lawsuit if she's referring to alleged forced oral X or another X act that might have occurred while she was unconscious. She claims she was subsequently blackballed from the modeling industry, got severely depressed, and attempted suicide in 2004. Crystal says, upon seeing news of the lawsuit filed by Cassie and others, she knew she had a moral obligation to speak up. Ooh, child, Karen, they got you hemmed up, child. They might even reopen that sexual assault case just for Karen, honey. You are in danger, Diddy. In danger, I say. She's seeking unspecified damages, and that's probably the rest of the money you got in the bank, Diddy. Okay? She coming for that. She coming for the crumbs, because we know you on your way to being broke between attorney's fees, paying Cassie, God knows how many figures, child, and all these other cases you got. Plus you got a RICO pending, honey. It ain't cute. It ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun. And that's all of your victims, honey. The rabbits. The rabbits are coming back to roost. See what I did there? This really shouldn't make me this happy, but it does. Okay? Because he deserves everything he's getting. And now when I go back and look at videos of Diddy, I now see the diabolical creature that he was. Back then it just looked like playful banter. But no, all the roughhousing and the aggressive playfulness was really just him being aggressive. Child, when I went back and looked at him posing as the Joker on Halloween last year, and I thought at first, I was like, that is a genius look. Whoever did his makeup did a great job. He was all into the character, with the flame gun and walking up on people, taunting them and pushing them around. And the people who he walked up on, they didn't recognize him, and they were really upset because they felt like he was being too aggressive when really he was being himself. That was really who he is, and that's probably why he chose the Joker, because he embodied that character. I almost felt like, I said, they should hire Diddy to be the Joker. He's a really good actor, only he wasn't acting. Child, and do you know that, I think it was Universal, it may have been Universal, DC Comics Studios, whoever owns the Joker trademark, the Joker's, his whole look, his imagery, they sent him a cease and desist letter saying, don't you ever, because that look is trademark. You cannot go outside looking like the Joker, Diddy. Don't you ever wear that again, or we suing you. And you know they got the cheddar to sue him, honey. And he was so upset. I was looking at that the other day. You know what? I think I don't even know if I have it anymore, but I was watching it yesterday, and he was so upset about it. He was like, they actually spent all this time sending me letters telling me that they didn't want me to walk around looking like the Joker anymore. Trying to see if I still have it. I probably don't. But he was really angry about it because he couldn't believe, you don't want me to walk around looking like the Joker. You should be proud that I'm walking around looking like the Joker in one of your outfits. I don't think I have it. But yeah, if I find it, I'll play it next time. But I just thought it was so interesting. I was like, wow. They literally told him, don't wear it again. Anyway, child, may the Lord give you what you put back into the universe, honey. It's all coming back. Y'all let me know what y'all think about these 3 topics today. Drop down in the comments. Please like and subscribe. Like up the video and subscribe. Become a member of the Missy Speaks TV family. We love y'all here. It's all love here. And all we do is have fun, talk about what's happening in these Hollywood streets, and get a giggle and a kiki or two, okay? I love y'all. Thanks so much for spending a few minutes with me today, and I'll be seeing you real soon. Love y'all. Bye.